What's going on, everybody? It is your man Cleveland Terry, and I can't believe I haven't done a news report in forever, but we're going to do one today. What are we talking about? We're talking about the recent release of the Rain and Serato firmware updates and software updates, giving you the scratch bank functionality found in the S11. We're going to talk about the newly released AirPod Maxes that Apple just came out with, and I saw something on Twitter I want to talk about a little bit. This is the news. In the news, Apple released their AirPods Max. Now, a lot of people think when you think about AirPods, you think about these guys right here. This is completely different. These are Apple's, I guess, high-end version of the Beats Solos or Studio line. Very unlike Apple, they didn't even release these in their iPhone presentation as a typical just one more thing type thing. They released it in a press release, and then they just updated their website. What is different from these, from your standard Beats Studios or Beats Solo? Well, this is a high-end model. This is the AirPod Max. It is supposed to have a very good dynamic range. It's supposed to be specific to the high-end crowd. It better be high-end because they want to charge $549 for these headphones. Now, these headphones are Bluetooth 5.0, so you're going to get the best possible connection. It gives you, I believe, up to 20 hours of music playback. Judging by the looks, you can tell me what you think about the looks, and definitely different, separating itself from, you know, the Beats Studios and so on. Now, again, $549, so they are very expensive, but no headphone jack. That's right, these are Bluetooth only, and I'm not even sure if the Lightning port. By the way, did I mention the power source is still Lightning? Even though we are moving to USB-C, I haven't been able to confirm whether or not you can get audio from the jacks. There's nothing in the press release. There's nothing in the data that suggests that you can play audio through the Lightning cable. So if that's the case, for us people, for us DJs, for us production people, it is clear that Apple just doesn't have us in mind for their future. Everything they're doing is Bluetooth only. So if you're doing any type of music production, well, there is too much of a delay in order to use those. So you have to go wired. So if you're a DJ out there and you're looking at these to try to get a really good sound, I would suggest looking at some other options. It's a lot of money, a lot of money. Now, they're already saying that they're out of stock, obviously. The production levels on this were probably lower to begin with because it is kind of a niche product. And if you follow any of the reports, Jon Prosser has been really good about their leaked information. This is actually not the headphone that they wanted to release. They had to make some compromises because for whatever reason, there were some things they could not get to work. So essentially you're buying a compromised product, which means that probably sometime next year, they're going to have a much better product. One of my DJ friends sent me this via Twitter. So what we have here is DJ by Algorithm, and there is a camera that is obviously recording the motion of the person's hand, allowing them to dictate the scratches. If you remember the Xbox and their camera system and the way it was able to track your movements in order to allow you to play games, well, this is a lot like this. It's tracking your movements. I don't know exactly what this is coming from, whatever open source MIDI camera module is being used, but is this the future? Can we look to this as something that we're going to see a lot of people doing? Obviously, it reminds me of the theremin.
What are you doing? Playing the theremin.
Which is funny considering how old that instrument is. I know that I've seen different technology over the past couple of years, from something like this to somebody actually playing an air guitar. So is this where we're headed? Is this our future? This is obviously still feels like a novelty to me. I mean, we're just one more step towards Minority Report. But it's definitely a fun little thing, and in a pinch, having this thing as a novelty is definitely going to impress some people. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this and where you think technology is heading. And then maybe we'll do another video later on and we'll really go into deep, or we'll talk about it on the Wake Up in Cleveland show. And let's talk about the biggest feature, the thing that most people are concerned with, and that is the newly released Serato DJ Pro 2.4.3. Now, this point release is very important to Rain users because it finally gives Rain users the ability to use Scratch Bank. Yes, one of the best features of the S11 is coming to the Rain 70 and 72. As far as the update is concerned, through Serato, very simple steps. You just need to go to the Serato site, download the new update, install it, and you're done if you are using the Rain 70. Now, if you're using the 72, there is one more thing you need to do, and that is you need to update the firmware. So you need to head over to the Rain site, go over to downloads, and then you want to download the newly released 1.6 update for OS X and for Windows. The update is very, very easy. All you got to do once you download the file is just open up the executable. I'm only talking about Mac, not Windows, but you just open the executable, make sure that your 72 is plugged into your computer, run the executable, and then it does everything for you. Now, the reason that you need to update your firmware is because if you don't update your firmwares, things aren't going to act right. Specifically, one thing is your labels don't look right. So if you click on sampler and you know how the screen pops up telling you what pad mode you're in, well, it's going to continue to say sampler. Sampler on Scratch Bank, sampler on sampler, which is very confusing. So this little thing updates the firmware so that it will show itself. Now, for anybody that's never used Scratch Bank and you're trying to figure out, first off, what is Scratch Bank and why should I use it? It's very simple. Scratch Bank is like the sampler on steroids. So let's load a song in and we're going to take you through the process. Now, there's no samples in this at all. So this will be the start. So we're going to set a cue point here. And let's just jump ahead real quick. And let's just take this one here too. Okay. Now I can take this song, drag it in here, and I can say I want to start with cue point 2. Now the cool thing about this is it's just like your sampler. So if you have a normal sample,
oh my God!
Like that's one of mine or this one,
Oh my God! Oh my God!
you can scratch your stuff
Oh my God!
and go back to your song.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Now I can go back. Now I'm on that cue point. Now, and you can do the same thing on this side. And then you can just hit the shift button, hit the button, and now you're back to the original song. Back to this side. Super, super convenient, super easy. You don't understand the power that this thing has. What you can do with this is you can keep it as simple as just kind of dropping your samples or being able to hop to your favorite scratch, because normally if you're using Serato like I am, you have to have your scratches either in your prepare folder or somewhere where you can easily get to them. Now they're already there. Now, and for instance, this scratch is just one scratch of a scratch record. So all my samples are right there. So I can just go on a run if I chose to, and it makes it super convenient. But also, if you're working off of like a Red Bull style thing, well, you have a maximum of 4 banks. So you can put 32 songs in here. I mean, that's a whole set for a lot of people. 32 songs, and just have at it. Never leave the mixer. Don't even have to look away. You can just go down the list all the way through. There is a lot of power here. It's one of my favorite things from the S11, and I'm glad that it's moved to the Rane 70 because there's a lot of power in this. Thanks for hanging out today. If you found what I said here useful, hit that like button. If you found what I said here really useful, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on the Instagrams and the Twitters. Get on my Discord. All of my announcements are being handled on my Discord. Link in the description below. Guys, always a pleasure. If I don't talk to you later, we'll talk soon. Peace.